Boeing. More trouble for the company. The FAA has begun a new investigation into the plane maker after telling the regulator back in April, Boeing telling regulators back in April that it may not have completed the required safety inspections on some of its 787 Dreamliners. Now, the FAA is saying in a statement that they are currently investigating whether or not Boeing employees may have, quote, falsified aircraft records. So clearly this is another issue here for Boeing. We saw the reaction in the stock yesterday, late in the day, and trading off another 0.3% here this morning. As it stands right now, the Dreamliner production is still moving forward as planned. We haven't seen any delay as of right now, but the FAA pushing Boeing, saying that they must create a plan to address the 787 planes that are already in service. So again, this is just another issue for Boeing. And then we also had the delayed launch last night as well, which is adding some uncertainty to the stock.
A little bit. I mean, look, it's a day that ends in Y, so there are multiple headlines swirling around Boeing right now. One of them also being Spirit AeroSystems, which is reporting earnings here on the day, and they even within their earnings talking about the discussions. This should not be new to investors. Boeing talked about this in their most recent earnings call, saying that discussions with Spirit were ongoing. As with any large and complex deal, number of terms and issues that they're still trying to work through, including price, financing, and other key items. And if you were to take a look at Spirit AeroSystems, their market cap here on the day, one of the huge things that you'll remember is that even as the company carries a market cap of about $3.8 billion, the larger question is what type of premium would Boeing feel convicted to even slap on top of that? And Spirit shares have really teetered with that in regard. A lot of investors trying to get a best sense of what type of premium Spirit AeroSystems actually deserves at the same time that they're doing their own cost management. And I think for the hit that they're going to be seeing on the 737 production, that's come back into the focus and the foray here this morning as well.
Yeah, and it's also interesting when you take a step back too and look at the stock reaction to all of this. Yes, they did have earnings, but even the fact that the stock is still lower despite the confirmation of those merger talks. And I think a lot of that points back to the wider than expected losses that we are seeing here for Spirit AeroSystems. Again, the stock off just about 2%.